posted by you/picture of Fred. My 19F partner's dad, 60M, has been acting really off for the past few weeks and has been refusing to talk about it. The other day, he was driving me somewhere and said he wanted to talk to me about it, so thinking it would probably help him to get it off his chest, I said sure. One thing to understand about him is that he is very spiritual, very into meditation, balancing your energy, and all that sort of stuff, so this is making it very confusing, and I'm very conflicted about it all. He told me that it all started a few months ago, when he walked in on me and my partner having bedroom intimacy. He said he saw my pupils dilated as I was clearly intimately aroused, and my arms were above my head. He saw my armpit hair, and said he got this overwhelming sense of wanting to bliss me out with his tongue, but made it clear that he didn't want to have full-on smashing with me. He said it wasn't in an intimate way, but a sensual way because he wanted me to embrace my goddess, a spiritual term for one's inner self as an intimate/sensual being. On top of all that, he told me that my earthly goddess, physical form, was beautiful, and that he really likes my neck and the shape of my chest. He claims he just wants me to be confident in myself and not be self-conscious because I have nothing to be self-conscious about, and I'm a beautiful young woman who is more powerful than I realize and should carry myself around the world with that knowledge. He admitted that he was ashamed for thinking what he thought, and for visualizing it and everything, but he wanted me to walk away from the conversation feeling good about myself because that's how he intended all of that to come across. I don't think he's talked about it to anyone else, and I haven't told my partner yet, partly because I don't know how, but also because I'm still trying to understand it all myself. I trust him, and I know he wouldn't do anything to me that I didn't want, but there's this unease I feel around him now. He looks at me almost like there's this secret between us, and it's really unsettling. I don't want my partner to confront him about it, because what if he takes it the wrong way, or what if I've taken it the wrong way and it was all harmless? I really don't know how I feel about it all. Obviously, I'm embarrassed that he's seen me in such a vulnerable position, and the fact that he wanted to bliss me out like that is really weird. But maybe I'm reading into it more than I should, and he's just talking about me embracing my goddess and learning to balance my energy. It's been a couple of days since the talk, and I'm so confused. I want to tell my partner, but I just don't know how to. Edit. When he mentioned seeing my armpit hair, the reason he wanted to bliss me out is apparently because he likes things to be natural. He said it could be called a fetish, which made me really uncomfortable and super conscious of my t-shirt sleeves whenever he's around. Also, someone was asking about my partner's age, saying they must be around 30 and a creep themselves if their dad is 60. My partner is 19, but has an older sister who's nearly 30, he is the youngest of 3. First update 1 day later. Last night, I was making tea, and when he came up to grab his mug, he brushed my hair away and was looking at my neck. It made me so incredibly uncomfortable, and I'm definitely going to tell my partner. He's been saying a lot lately about how his memory isn't what it used to be, and sometimes he can't get words out when he knows what he wants to say, so I'm going to bring up that it could be some sort of health concern when I talk to my partner. Thank you so much to everyone who offered help and support. Second update 2 days later. I told my partner, and they were shocked and disgusted that their dad would do or say something like that. They've been super protective of me and haven't let me be alone with him at all, and the only reason they haven't gone nuclear on him is because I asked them not to. He got me alone again this morning when my partner was at work and no one else was home. We talked about how it was uncomfortable, and it really just sounded creepy the way he was trying to justify it all. He brushed my hair away from my neck and held my face. I said it was uncomfortable and that I didn't like it, but he kept doing it and just said some bull crap about me needing to learn to be comfortable being vulnerable and ask myself why I'm uncomfortable. It was just a really unsettling experience, especially because he did all that while claiming he respected my boundaries. He said he wanted to consume me, and talked about how he wants to help teach me how to harness and embrace my goddess. When I told him I didn't like that he brought up so much intimate stuff, he said that it was part of getting to know yourself and learning what you like, which just made me feel so icky. I'll keep updating as things progress and keep myself safe. Thank you so much to everyone who gave advice, especially to those of you who are spiritual practitioners who said this wasn't normal behavior. You helped validate my experience and feelings, and I feel less guilty. Third update 6 months later. Since everything in that post happened, my partner, their dad, and I all talked about it. It was awkward and horrible, but in the end, I thought we'd resolved it or at least come to some sort of conclusion. Since then, everything has been relatively normal. But today, my partner's dad came into my work to talk to me about everything. I work in a pretty small store, so it's quiet most of the time. Essentially, he said that seeing me in that vulnerable position, receiving intimacy from my partner, unlocked his feminine side, spiritually. He told me that he's a lesbian, but he doesn't want to change his gender or anything, and that he doesn't see me as someone he wants to have bedroom intimacy with, but as a lesbian lover. He said he loves my insecurities, and he loves that I have insecurities because I don't need them, that I'm very beautiful, I have a beautiful body, and he's jealous of it. He admitted that when I gave him a hug recently, he nearly kissed the nape of my neck, but stopped himself just as he was about to, because he realized what he was doing. He told me that during the big chat with my partner about everything, it hurt that we saw him as a dirty old man, but if I saw him as a dirty lesbian, it would be fine. He said that every moment he's focusing on me, he's making love to me spiritually. He also mentioned that he doesn't get hard down there anymore. He obviously told me not to tell anyone, and that's where I'm torn. It's such a bizarre thing for him to say to me, and I don't want to out him if that is genuinely how he feels, but it's seriously making me so uncomfortable, and I just don't know how to deal with it on my own. Also, how the hell do I just say to my partner, "Hey, your dad told me he's a lesbian"? When he said goodnight to me just now, I was alone in the kitchen, and he put a hand on my shoulder and said, "You are so beautiful." I just kind of looked at him and didn't say anything. I've already told him my boundaries and made it clear that I don't in any way reciprocate those feelings, but he doesn't seem to respect that or understand that I'm uncomfortable because that was never his intention. He keeps saying that and expressing all those things, he just wants me to be confident in myself because I'm beautiful and he adores me. I genuinely don't know what to do. This is such a weird situation, and I can't deal with it. I told my best friend, and she said it's serious intimate harassment, and that I need to find another place to live. After the whole nearly kissing me thing, I don't have much faith that he wouldn't actually do something or try something, and I'm so scared. I was finally at a point in my life where I was relatively happy and confident in myself, and he's just taken it all away from me. I want to change every part of myself so he won't be attracted to me. I want to shave everything, get more tattoos, or cover myself in scars just so he won't find me beautiful anymore. I hate that he's got this much power over me, but I just don't know what to do. Fourth update 4 months later. Everything was fine, I thought we'd moved past it, famous last words, I know. He went for a walk a couple of days ago and sent me this text. Please don't share. The problem with having a pancake rear, combined with a muffin top, is that the muffin pushes down on my pants, and there's nothing there to hold them up, just my slippery slide behind. So whenever I go on a walk, I'm constantly pulling up my jocks and jeans without trying to be noticed. To add insult to injury, when I lose weight, the pancake gets flatter and the muffin seems to stay the same. I'm cursed, sad emoji. I like pancakes on their own, but those days are gone for me. What the actual hell? How is this in any way okay? What could have possibly possessed him to think this was an appropriate thing to send to his son's partner? Then he goes around the house making all these comments about how he's alone and no one cares, and he's always messing up and embarrassing himself, and he doesn't deserve anything. I'm miserable, but it's not financially viable for me to move out right now. I don't have my license or a car, neither does my partner, and my work is a short walk from the house, so I couldn't even move too far away unless I transferred to a different store, which I don't know if I could do. Plus, there's a bunch of other stuff I can't go into without sacrificing my anonymity. I need to get out of here, but I just don't know how.